Welcome back to another episode of No Bad JuJu. It's just going to be me today. I'm just going to talk about the events that happened on Saturday with our game and just a summary of all that. And then also probably going to mention some posting or scheduling updates and all that. So because I'm pretty sure I'm posting this on a Tuesday and not Monday. So sorry about that. And I'll mention that towards the end. But coming back from we went up to Indiana and we played the Indiana State Sycamores. Kind of relatable to us, I'm not gonna lie, as in the size of the school. So I flew, had to fly. I was a little anxious about the flight, but once we got up in the air and we were flying, I was fine. Apparently, we flew through a hurricane, because there was a storm going on. I'm pretty sure it was like Hurricane Helene or something like that. But we had great pilots. Shook the pilot's hand after both flights, and we had a great time on the plane. Going to Indiana. Those pilots, they got us through a hurricane. So definitely shout out to them. Allegiant Airlines, definitely shout out to them. Appreciate y'all. Definitely we fly with them every time. So they're the best flights. They're the best flights I ever have. I mean, they're the only people I fly with. So that's awesome. But as we dive in, coming off this past Saturday, I just wanted to break down, share all my thoughts. Just and give an update where I think we're standing with the team and all that. And before we get started, I just want to say, want to give a shout out. This isn't sponsored or anything, but this is something that I'm a part of, and pretty much a lot of people in not even just Houston Christian, but in collegiate sports, NIL opportunity. I want to give a shout out to Influxer. This is a site that I am on, to promote NIL. Basically, you get on there. You get your name, image, and likeness, your number, the sport you play, and they basically promote you. You have your shirts, you got all your shirts, your chains, and stuff like that. They basically make a shop for you so that people like that, your loved ones, friends, and family, they can buy merch from you, or even anybody out the world. If you want to promote that to people, they buy stuff from you, and you basically get paid for your name, image, and likeness. It's definitely something that I like. It works for me. I can just send stuff to my family. They can buy a shirt, so whenever they come out to a game, we're all matching or something like that. It's stuff that works like that. Organizing some types of events and like that, or if your family just wants to represent you, out in the daily life. But we're not the only school that does this. This is big for FCS schools, because we don't get big recognition like FBS schools do. So this is definitely appreciated from the FCS. So Influxer, thank you. Y'all go check out Influxer. I have my link to my store in the bio of every one of my social medias, like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I'm gonna put it in the link in the description of this episode. So please go check me out. Please buy some merch if you want to. If you don't, that's cool, bro. Just come support me in any way, form, or fashion. Like the video, anything. Thank you, and we'll get back to the episode. First off, I gotta say, great game. We came out strong. Definitely came out strong during the first quarter. We went up 17-0 in the first quarter. We held their offense to three and outs. Got them off the field. They basically only had 9 plays on offense in the first quarter, and we executed on offense, scoring 3 times, 2 touchdowns, 1 field goal. Definitely setting up our momentum going into the second quarter and for throughout the game. We definitely had an energy coming into the game. Well, besides like previous games, the energy was definitely up there. We came with the mentality that we was finna knock this team, like we was finna hit them in the mouth. Coming out, going into the first plays of the game, and that's definitely what we did. Starting from the first kickoff, we came out and we made a statement. We showed them that we're here to play. For the go down, put our foot on their neck. 17-0 was up, and we made that known. Definitely going into, I say, the second quarter, we were still solid. We was definitely still solid. We were making the plays. Defense was getting them off the field. We was getting them off the field. Offense might have slowed down just a little bit, but there's factors to that. I'm not going to mention what the factors was, but offense slowed down a little bit. which allowed Indiana State to gain a little bit of momentum, in their favor. They came down. I'm pretty sure they scored. They came down and scored, and then I think they got a field goal off of it too. So that happened. I'm not going to mention exactly. I'm not going to mention exactly what it was, like that I think that like kind of gave them momentum. But if you was there on the team, then I'm pretty sure everybody had the same opinion on what happened. But there's honestly nothing we could do about that. All we can do is just go play ball, and that's pretty much what we did. Defense was lights out though. Honestly, a great team effort. Coming out for the win. It's like everybody on the field was clicking. He had 11 guys on the field who was clicking with each other, and we was all making plays. Just the whole game. The score ended up being 27-24. It came down. I'll say came down kind of came down to the wire. But during no point in time during like the game where like we panicked or anything. The defense, we stayed solid. Bend don't break type of defense, and it definitely showed up. We held them to a fourth down. Coach Bechtel, he had said that Coach Grimes told him to call a timeout to play in the head of Indiana State and what they were going to do. And so once we did that, we got into their head and they wanted to kick a field goal. And towards the end, kicked the field goal far right, missed the field goal. We win the game. We're off the field. We're going home to Houston. Overall, great game, physical game. We played great team effort. Some parts of the game, where we definitely bent as a team. Allowing them to score, getting close, but never letting them like pass that line. They came close, but we didn't break it all. So that's definitely great to talk. That's definitely a great feeling to have as a team. Now I want to talk about the trip itself. Okay, it was a 2 hour 30-minute flight. Like I said before, the flights. I was a little. Oh, I'm sorry. I was a little anxious. I didn't really like flying. Because it's just long periods of time. I ain't flown in like a year or so. So, I don't always fly all the time. I mostly drive everywhere. But it was worth it. It was definitely worth it. Being with everybody on the team on the plane. It was a great experience. The second flight back was definitely better than the first flight. I felt more at peace. We had just won. I was chilling. Got home, went straight home. Got straight back into bed. We stayed focused like throughout the trip. Getting there was a lot of adversity. A lot of adversity during this trip. I'm not gonna lie. Like the plane was cool. Like personally, my adversity was the plane. But like we get to Indiana, and not to knock bad at the hotel that we were staying at. But in Terre Haute, basically we got to the hotel, and the hotel, none of our rooms were ready at the hotel. So everybody on the team was sitting inside of a conference room, and we had to watch like a movie or something like that. I'm pretty sure we watched we watched The Men in Black and The Dark Knight. And The Dark Knight. So those are the two movies we watched, and that kept us occupied. But while they was getting our rooms ready. Still kind of crazy how the rooms wasn't ready before we got there, but we're in Texas, they're in Indiana. They had scheduling. We basically had the whole hotel to ourselves, so I can definitely understand where some difficulty can come in that. People probably staying there before we got there, had to move them out. They didn't check out in time, stuff like that. So it was definitely external factors that we couldn't control, that they couldn't control. So the fact, like, we still got our room, so that was cool. And at the end of the day, we was able to have somewhere to sleep and have a good night's rest. Definitely. Now, the dinner, no, now that was a doozy. That was fun. What an experience. Long story short, man. I don't even know if I want to mention this. I'm pretty sure a lot of people can agree that the food during dinner was not up to what we thought it would be. And it disappointed some of us. So we kind of went out our own way and took action to our own hands and stuff like that. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. You can interpret that how you will. But that's pretty much what's happening. And that kind of plays more into the adversity piece that we was going through in Indiana, and not just off the field either. On the field, there was a moment during the game where clearly there's clear call outs. There's clear call outs of stuff that's like blatantly obvious that should either be a flag or should be talked about. And the ref, throws up his hands, and Coach Bacto said, "Welcome to Indiana, folks." Like he basically said, "Welcome to Indiana," and we just turned up. We all just turned up. We knew what it was. We felt adversity since we got into Indiana, so we wasn't even tripping. We just turned it up, and I'm pretty sure he felt proud of that. Not even gonna lie, just having his troops behind him. Like it's basically us against everybody, man, and that's really how it was, bro. But I'm definitely proud of how we performed. I'm proud of how I performed during the game. It was just a complete team effort. It really strengthens the bond between us. Between us, I believe. Get that another win. We're 2-3 now. We're going into conference play. Coach tells us to treat everything before conference play as a season before the season. So right now we're going into another season 0-0. This what we prepare for. Everything else was just preparation to get us to conference play. I definitely feel that because you can go 0-5, 5-0, 2-3, 3-2. Before conference, but none of that matters towards your conference record. And when you go to try to win a conference championship for the Southland Conference, which is the conference that we're in, I know I'm grateful for the opportunity to not only play but also to experience these moments with my teammates. Traveling like this, it really reminds you how lucky we are, to do what we be doing. That's just my personal take on it, of the trip. You got to enjoy it. You have to enjoy it. You're given to travel. The way I enjoy it, I be collecting our hotel cards, since last year. I've been collecting every hotel that we go to, and I'll just write down and jot down whatever we have. So you definitely have to take some type, you got to have fun with it, man. You can't just it's a business trip, but have fun with the business, and that's pretty much my standpoint. That's kind of how I enjoyed the trip. So where do we stand now? After this one, I feel like we're really finding our rhythm for real. We're in a good spot, but we can't get too comfortable for real. So we playing McNeese. We got to show up against McNeese. This is the first conference game. We have to make our stand. Basically, we not even make our stand. We have to make a statement. We are disrespected. I'm not gonna lie, we're very disrespected. Houston Christian is very very disrespected. Even though we had our first win of the season last year, finished 4th in the conference, we still getting disrespected a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, and it's almost like no matter what we do, unless we win, winning matters. So every win, we need to stack up on these wins, man. So we got a lot of football left to play, and we know every week that every week is a new challenge. We want to keep the momentum going to show everyone what Houston Christian football is about. We want to show this is our standard. Basically, that's basically what I'm saying. But the mood, we're ready to go get it, man. This week of practice, we are amped up. We're ready to go get this thing, and I'm amped up too. I wouldn't do it with anybody else, to be honest. Now I just want to say something about the scheduling and the posting of my episodes. Basically, I'm in a crossroads on whether I should record a video and then post it a week later. So I just have a backlog of videos to where I'm posting, and basically I stay consistent enough, or I just stay with the same schedule I have right now, where I'll film an episode, edit it, and then post it, all in the span of 2 days. So that's pretty much where I'm at. If I don't post next week, then you will know that I'm taking this the number one route, where I film an episode and post it a week later. So I have something to post while I record, or I'll just stay with the same scheduling and just record, edit, and post all in the span of 2 days. So if I don't post next week, that's what's going to happen. Thank you though. So I appreciate y'all. That's really what happened this past Saturday, going to Indiana State and winning the game. I'm feeling good about where we're heading as a team. We got we got big games coming up, going into conference play. I know that we have the talent to win every single game. We just have to execute, that's pretty much the biggest thing. I would say stay tuned for more. I say stay tuned for more episodes. I'm definitely gonna be posting. I'm staying consistent. That's the biggest thing I gotta do. I gotta stay consistent with posting. That's definitely what I'm doing. But this one's coming out on this one's coming out on a Tuesday. External factors, nothing I can control, but it's coming out on a Tuesday, and I'm gonna post it on a Tuesday. But this has been an episode of hopefully your favorite podcast, No Bad Juju, because truly here there is no bad juju. Y'all have a good day. Stay blessed.